Welcome to Travel Secrets Television. This time, we're reporting from Southern California. We will visit several locations to show you how the gold rush began and where it is today. At the same time, we will introduce you to treasure hunting for gold, coins, and relics. California is a metal detecting paradise because the state presents endless opportunities for anyone who wants to discover gold and other valuables. Before you take on the hobby of metal detecting, be warned, it takes some time, patience, and practice before you make jaw-dropping discoveries. Metal detecting has some similarities to gambling. You never know when you'll hit the jackpot. The major benefit compared to gambling is that you only need to make a moderate one-time investment to get a powerful metal detector and the necessary equipment. We asked Bob Peterson how to select the best metal detectors. Bob owns San Diego Metal Detector and Gold Prospecting Supply, the largest and most complete dealership on the West Coast. He also owns over 400 acres of the richest gold claims in the Southwest and the American Girl Mine in Imperial County, California.
What kind of metal detector would you recommend for someone who's a beginner?
Well, if you're going with the Garrett brand, they've got a great selection of them. There's the Ace 200, 300, 400 series, which is great for beginners. I have a lot of people coming to my shop that buy something from, I'm not going to mention any names or anything, but from a really cheap, like a discount house type machine on it, and they're basically toys. And the problem is if you buy something that's not going to work very well for you, you get frustrated. So you go out there, you spend $50, $60, $80 on something, and all you hear is beep, beep, beep over everything. You go, you dig it, there's no target. You put the thing in the closet and say, all these detectors don't work. If you buy a decent machine, and you don't have to spend thousands of dollars on, typically an entry-level machine is going to be in $250 to $450 price range. You get a machine that works, you have good backup, good customer support for it. But more important, when you're out there in the field swinging it and you go over a target, look down, get a pretty good idea what the target is, how deep it is, and there's actually going to be a target down there. You're not just getting false signals. So kind of in a nutshell, kind of the more you spend, the better the quality of it, the more happier you're going to be as a beginner.
Many people ask us, does it pay to go treasure hunting? Our answer is, it depends. If you look for a rewarding and enjoyable activity for the whole family, as well as a learning experience, then metal detecting is right for you. One thing is certain, ordinary people make amazing finds, and you could be one of them. Before you start metal detecting, we'll give you a head start by sharing a few secrets. Experienced treasure hunters always recommend to start out at the beach if you can. Everybody loses things at the beach. Nothing ever disappears from the beach. It goes down, it goes out, and it comes back. Nothing is really ever lost. It just gets pushed around. It does not have to be at the ocean. A lake can be very productive if you know what to do. Beaches are great because they are constantly renewing sources of coins, rings, and other valuables. People go swimming, and in the colder water, their fingers shrink and the rings fall off. Or they use sunscreen and their fingers become slippery. Playing in the sand with other kids or participating in volleyball are other reasons why they lose jewelry. However, keep in mind, it is not all glitter and gold because metal detecting on the beach will produce some junk as well. If you find bottle caps, pull tabs, or tent hooks, don't bury them again. Collect them for the trash. This is your contribution to keep the beach clean. From time to time, someone will walk up to you and ask if you could help them find a ring they just lost in the sand. This is a great opportunity to test your skills and make someone happy. While testing our new Garrett metal detectors on Coronado Beach in San Diego, we met Tammy. She had lost her ring in the sand and was devastated. Our team member Mike took on the challenge and searched for the ring. And only a few minutes later, Mike found her ring. The next day, we tried another beach and found a fire extinguisher buried in the sand. Our time was well spent because at the end of the day, we had a handful of coins and another ring. The best spot to start metal detecting on the beach is in the dry sand. Hunting in the water or along the waterline is more challenging and not recommended for beginners because the wet sand makes it more difficult to dig. Dry sand hotspots are everywhere. We already mentioned the volleyball courts. Don't forget to scan the areas where spectators watch, including the low walls that line the beach and fire pits. Wherever people sit on beach chairs or towels, there's a chance of something sliding out of their pockets. Another excellent spot is along the towel line. This is where people place their towels and belongings and put on sunscreen. Slippery fingers increase the likelihood of a ring falling off. We have found coins, rings, sunglasses, watches, necklaces, and even cars in this area. If you want to focus on this section, pick the highest concentration of people. At some beaches, the towel line can extend pretty far. Metal detecting at a popular beach is extremely competitive, and therefore the timing is critical. Our advice is to start when the beachgoers leave. Why? Because treasure hunters like to head out the next morning, but you will beat them with our strategy. The second most important item to have besides the right metal detector is a durable sand scoop. Some are specifically made for dry sand, like this handheld version. There are also scoops with long handles, but they are mostly used in wet sand or in the water. One more item we really want to mention is a pinpointer. This special metal detector allows you to find any target faster and easier after you've already located it with your main detector. It helps you to dig smaller holes and makes treasure hunting more pleasurable. Finding new gold can be fun, but finding old gold can be even more exciting. For 10 years, Bill Warren, a treasure hunter of Oceanside, California, has dreamed of finding it. A Spanish galleon that sank 4.5 centuries ago in shallow water, tantalizingly close to Oceanside, north of San Diego, while carrying $11 million in Aztec gold. The story about the sunken Trinidad and the hidden treasure in the San Luis Rey River attracted considerable media attention and eventually brought many treasure hunters to Oceanside. We all love stories about hidden treasures. There are rumors that the treasure-laden Spanish galleon Trinidad sunk right in front of Oceanside during a storm. Treasure hunters have tried for decades to find the gold, silver, and pearls of the Trinidad, but all they found were the remains of a ship and a cannon. History tells us that Hernan Cortez conquered the Aztec Empire in 1519, robbed all the gold, and built Mexico City, which became the Spanish stronghold in the New World. Cortez continued to seek opportunities to gain wealth and land. He sent Captain Francisco de Ulloa with 3 ships on an expedition to explore the west coast of California. One of Ulloa's ships returned to Cortez for reporting, and the second one disappeared. Only the Trinidad made it up north to Oceanside before she sunk. We asked John Daly, the city chronicler of Oceanside, to shed some light on the story.
So, John, is it possible that Captain Ulloa pinned up his scars on the city of Oceanside?
Well, clearly that's what he was commissioned to do, is go explore Alta California. So there's every possibility he came to Oceanside.
Cortez wanted to find the 7 cities of gold. Why do you suppose that is?
Well, of course, he was looking for wealth. Going up for California gave him that opportunity to discover new land and look for wealth, as well as discover California was an island.
John, if I were a treasure hunter, where do you think I should search for gold?
Well, if I knew where it was at, I've already gotten it, so there's no sense searching. But since I haven't, I think the obvious reason or place to go is off the ocean, off of Oceanside, simply because we think that's where the Trinidad might have sunk. That being said, if it's not there, it possibly is inland, north of San Luis Rey Mission and north of the San Luis Rey River. Early explorers or people looking for the gold had decided that's the area they should look. So 2 locations.
If you cannot find the stolen treasure of Montezuma on the Trinidad, try your luck with treasure hunting for the leftovers of the California Gold Rush. There are plenty of opportunities along the beach and the San Luis Rey River and Valley.
So we're at the San Luis Rey riverbed, and as the story goes, the ship Trinidad wrecked somewhere outside of Oceanside, and a lot of gold was lost. But many of the crew members took some of the gold and buried it somewhere along this riverboat. So that's what we're searching for. And right now we are near the bridge, the old abandoned San Luis Rey Bridge that goes over the San Luis Rey River. So we're hopeful, and we're gonna hit it hard.
After studying all the old documents and inspecting the landscape along the San Luis Rey River, we developed our own theory to where the treasure could be hiding. We decided to give it a try and hunted at the location we've narrowed down on the map. This is the old San Luis Rey River Bridge. There is little or no water in the river during most of the year, but it can have very large flows during the winter storms. Most of the river's water comes from the nearby Palomar Mountain. Bridge is only a few miles away from the river's mouth in Oceanside. We picked this place because there are many spots where the treasure of the Trinidad could be hidden. Before we started searching for the gold and silver, we promised to use the treasure to end homelessness around Oceanside. Well, after scanning the area with our metal detectors for 3 days, we gave up. The treasure is still hidden and challenging treasure hunters to find it. Another great place for metal detecting in San Diego is the KOA RV Park and Campground. There is a constant flow of visitors from all over the world. They come there with their RVs or tents and stay a few days or weeks and enjoy the new pool. By now you know what it means when people sit in beach chairs and around fire pits or engage in activities like laser tag. They lose money and other valuables. We invited several KOA visitors for a 2-hour treasure hunting contest. Every couple got a metal detector, pinpointer, and digging tools.
Finally, a big coin.
The challenge was to scan one tin site and find the most coins or valuables. At the same time, they had to remove all the garbage like bottle caps, pull tabs, old tent hooks, and other objects that could hurt people walking on the site. This is what the teams found in only 2 hours. RV parks and campgrounds are a great renewable source for coins and other interesting items. If you're into RVing or camping, get a metal detector and have fun. During the contest, a couple came up to us and asked if we could help them find a wedding ring the husband lost while playing with his children. Mike immediately got into gear and searched for the precious object. It took him less than 30 minutes to find the ring under the wood chips around the tent. They could not believe it. He told us they had not expected to see his wedding band again.
I found this next to their toy.
Oh my God, they found your ring. They found your ring. Look, it's the other initials, and that's our wedding date. Oh my God, it is a ring. Thank you so much for what? I cannot believe it. Happy birthday, Alex. And we're going to get it. I love it today. Oh, yes.
The big question is, what's so special about gold, and why do we like it so much? The fascination of gold is hard to pin down. Partly, it is the glorious color, and partly, the metal's relative scarcity. Whatever the reason, gold has been associated with wealth, power, and status. Where can gold be found? The largest reservoirs of gold are in the oceans, but the concentration is so weak, there's no way to get it out. Space is an even bigger source. In 1999, a spacecraft analyzing the Eros asteroid showed that it contained more gold than has ever been mined on Earth. James Marshall discovered gold in California in 1848. In the next 4 years, California's population swelled from 14,000 to 250,000. Miners extracted about 28 million ounces of gold from 1850 to 1859, which would be worth approximately $10 billion in today's market. Is there still gold left in California? Experts say that only 10% of the gold has been found. A map by the Department of Conservation shows all the gold mines in California. Many of them are still active and productive. As a treasure hunter in Southern California, you should look for gold in places where gold was found earlier and where big discoveries were made. One such place is Julian in San Diego County, a historic gold mining town. In February 1870, gold was discovered in Julian. More than 100 claims are recorded, with about 60 mines. Some of the 800 prospectors who flocked to the area struck it rich before the boom went bust 7 years later, after producing about $2 million in gold, or roughly $150 million in today's dollars. Start your treasure hunting adventure with a visit at the Eagle Mountain Mine. This mine was one of the most successful ones in Julian, producing more than a ton of gold in its heyday.
Welcome to the historic Eagle and High Peak Mine. My name's Matthew. I'll be more than happy to show you this portion of the tour. This is the actual site where Billy Moran found a gold-bearing outcrop of quartz on April 5th of 1870. But the gold rush started in the winter of 1869 with a guy by the name of Frederick Coleman. He was letting his horse drink some water out of a little creek about 4.5 miles west of here, and he saw something sparkling in the creek.
Before you enter the mine, check out the company store with its displays of gems, antiques, and gold flakes. If you're into old cars, you can find some interesting ones right in front of the store. As part of the tour, you get a quick lesson in panning for gold. There's actually gold in these panning bins. Unfortunately, it's only catch and release. That means if you find gold, you'll need to put it back so other visitors can find some later. The tour starts with a short introduction into mining. After this, you'll spend the next hour underground in a labyrinth of hard rock tunnels, view historical artifacts, and experience how the miners used to extract the gold. You will explore many corridors, duck under low-hanging ceilings, and learn about the history of the mine from an entertaining tour guide. There is also a part of the mine that shows the equipment miners used to dig holes for the dynamite.
The far right-hand side of the display board, you'll see the double jacking setup. These guys were drilling holes with a chisel and a sledgehammer back then. Took them 12 hours to get through every 4 feet of solid rock. And this is one of the reasons why. They would drill the drill holes with a chisel and a sledgehammer, and switch to a 4-foot long drill rod. That's as far as they could pack the explosives. That's as far as they could break out the rock.
If you feel easily claustrophobic and don't like to be in tight places for extended periods, this tour is probably not for you. Fortunately, there is another opportunity to experience mining history without a visit to the underworld. You can relive the California Gold Rush and pan for gold at the Julian Mining Company.
Julian Mining Company is a fun place to bring your family where you can learn how to pan for gold and you get to keep it. There's screening for gemstones. We have tomahawk throwing, a petting zoo. There's many fun outdoor activities for families to enjoy. Of course, when you come up, make sure to have a slice of apple pie.
The California Gold Rush is history, but there is no reason why current prospectors can't still find some remaining nuggets. Gold panning is legal in most rivers and streams running through the state and national parks in California. But your luck will be best if you head to regions where gold has been discovered in the past. Gold prospecting in California won't cost you very much. Most parks charge a $5 to $10 entrance fee per car. If you're new to gold prospecting or just doing it for a day or two, the good news is you don't need to buy any special equipment to get started. With a shovel and a gold pan, you are ready to start. With some luck, you can find plenty of gold flakes to pay for your vacation. Or, with big luck, you can unearth a gold nugget, valuable enough to make a down payment on your new motorhome. Our next trip brings us to Ventura County, north of Los Angeles, where large wildfires raged in 2017. The county of Ventura has a long and storied gold mining history. Here is a quote from the Ventura County Historical Society Quarterly. It is said that gold in California was first discovered as early as 1819 in the Piru Creek area of what is now the Los Padres National Forest. The Piru Creek is a very scenic and accessible area for Southern California treasure hunters. It is a year-round creek, good for metal detecting, panning, and sluicing. Prospectors find gold flakes and small nuggets. A 65-year-old recreational treasure hunter found this gold nugget at the creek worth an estimated $10,000. He would not reveal the exact location of where he found the nugget, but he said, "There's still a lot of gold out there waiting to be found." But for him, it's not about the money, it's the adventure. Today's treasure hunters know the chances of becoming rich overnight are slim, but deep within, they hold out hope of finding something valuable. The vast majority of today's treasure hunters aren't miners. Mining requires a commitment of time, effort, and money, along with hard-to-obtain government permits. Metal detecting and panning are recreation and adventure, using camping and hiking with an activity much like fishing. Another interesting place in the Los Padres National Forest is the Ventura Ranch KOA. This RV park is situated between the Santa Paula Creek and the Santa Clara River. If you love the outdoors, you should make this place your base camp for treasure hunting. Ventura Ranch KOA offers a variety of accommodations. You can get a tent site, rent a teepee or deluxe tent, bring your RV, or stay in a deluxe cabin. This RV park has its own little creek where you can pan for gold and keep it. Kids can also enjoy the thrill of finding a variety of semi-precious gemstones, arrowheads, or fossils the old-fashioned way by using a screen in a traditional water sluice. After a day of treasure hunting, you can explore the nearby historic town of Santa Paula, known as the citrus capital of the world. Santa Paula is also known as a destination for shopping, dining, and entertainment. A trip downtown offers cultural attractions, museums, and award-winning schools. And for those looking to explore, it's only a short drive to neighboring cities, beaches, and the Los Padres National Forest. If you like the town, you'll need to learn more about the Harvest at Limonera.
Harvest at Limonera is a live, walk, work community. It's an urban design project. It was developed and put in place by great urban planner Dave Sargent, who spent a lot of time looking at Santa Paula. We've got some great old houses here and great neighborhoods. He wanted to develop a project that was compatible with the existing neighborhoods within Santa Paula. So it's got schools, it's got 1,500 new homes of different price points and different sizes. It's got hiking trails, it's got athletic fields. It's going to be a great development for the entire community.
This new master planned community of connected homes and apartments promotes smart, sustainable, and healthy living through outdoor activities and a farm-to-table lifestyle. After spending some time in the area, many people decide they want to call it home. Here you can grow your own vegetables in the community gardens. At Harvest, amenities and activities enrich daily life by bringing kindred spirits together over nutrition, fitness, and relaxation. Shared experiences and mindful dining are natural parts of the everyday experience. Harvest amenities and recreation include a clubhouse, a fitness center with a pool and spa, a yoga studio, a 2.2-acre neighborhood park, a 5.5-acre soccer park, and over 225 acres of open space. Two of the United States' leading home builders, Lennar and KB Home, will be the primary builders for the first 180 homes in the initial 632 residential units of the Harvest at Limonera project. Phase 1 sales began in October 2018, and lot closings are anticipated in early 2019. Both builders are very excited about the project and the development's well-balanced, comprehensively designed community near the Pacific Ocean. The amazing views, parks, and miles of hiking trails in addition to retail shops within walking distance are attracting strong interest. For more information about this perfect hub for your future treasure hunting experiences, go to harvest@limonera.com. By now, you know why metal detecting is so popular. It's not all about the coins, jewelry, and gold, but the items people have lost in the past. The fascinating everyday artifacts, buckles, brooches, rings, and buttons. It's just exciting when you dig, and you wonder what it's going to be. Sometimes it's a ring, sometimes it's a pull tab, a bottle cap, or a soda can. But soon you'll be hooked to see how great this sport is for your physical and mental fitness, your appreciation of natural science, and most of all, for the wealth and treasures you can find. The sport of metal detecting has come a long way in the last few years. Modern detectors now have a feature called discrimination, which tells you if the object is a dime, quarter, or just a piece of junk. That saves a lot of time digging and steers you toward the more valuable targets.
One thing I really like on this machine is if somebody wants to use this machine for, say, treasure hunting, beach hunting, park hunting, and then they decide maybe they want to go out to the desert looking for gold nuggets, this actually has a true all-metal mode in it, which doesn't have any filtering in it. It just blasts the signal into the ground. And this particular machine is actually set up with a smaller coil, which is more sensitive to smaller, finer gold. So this is something right now I could take out and go to the desert, look for gold nuggets with it, or actually take it down to the beach and look for jewelry, rings, coins, anything like that.
What's the best thing you'll ever find? Many treasure hunters think it's peace of mind. When you're walking along the beach swinging your detector, you're at peace with the world. You forget any troubles, and you start to enjoy nature again. The earth is full of secrets. The only way you'll find them is if you dig.